Okay, welcome back to A Lot Adventures. Today I have Andrew. He's from California and he's been living in Belarus for a few years now. Okay.
Yeah, I've been visiting here for about 6 years, but living here for 3 years. And I can say that the beer here is much better than American beer. American beer like Budweiser or Coors, it's like this foamy chemical garbage. Of course, you have some IPAs nowadays, but I prefer just normal European lager-style beers. In Belarus, it's got plenty of all-natural products, whether it's beer,
Yes, they do.
or dairy, whatever it is, we have natural stuff here. No GMO, no chemicals. It's all good.
So, where in California are you from?
I'm from Long Beach, California,
So you're a SoCal boy.
the city of Snoop Dogg. I don't like his music, but I have seen him live.
I'm NorCal. I'm a NorCal boy, specifically East Bay. So, what brought you to Belarus? What year did you arrive?
Well, I first came in 2018 for my wife. We had been writing each other for about 8 months online already. We met on a language learning app, Hello Talk, and then it was time for me to come here and, us actually to spend some in-person time together.
Wow, so 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So when you arrived to Belarus or Minsk, was it much different than it is today?
It was a bit different. For example, it was a little more conservative 6 years ago. Not that it's not conservative now, but it was more conservative 6 years ago.
Okay.
It was less foreigners. It felt more Soviet Union, but I'm sure part of that was me being new to here. But there definitely are measurable changes that I can for sure say, like when I say it was more conservative.
So you got here in 2018, and you met your wife. I met your wife, Katya. Now, did she meet you in Minsk, or did you go to Belmont?
Yeah, she came here. I'm not going to share the details of everything about it, but yeah, she came here, and we met here.
The rest is history.
Yep.
So then you went back to the U.S. and then you planned the wedding.
So I was in University of California, Irvine. So I went back to the U.S. and started planning for her to come to America in the winter during my winter vacation. But she did not receive a visa. She was given no explanation. They denied her. So I was planning to come back here, and then I decided, if I'm already going to pay for a plane ticket to come to Europe, and I have to rent a place somewhere, and I've already been to Belarus, why not go somewhere else? Like, she can meet me. So we went to Paris, Rome, Moscow, and St. Petersburg, and I brought some rings with me. And
so did you propose to her?
Yeah, I proposed 2018. Yeah.
So not to. And okay, so then you proposed to her. Now, where did you guys get married?
Well, we had a complicated marriage process because originally we were doing a fiancé visa, and then right before it was... So for a fiancé visa, you can't be married. It's a fiancé visa, not a marriage visa. The idea was if she got denied a fiancé visa, we can still apply for a marriage visa. So, if you apply straight on for a marriage visa, you can't apply for a fiancé visa if it gets denied. But you can do it the other way around. So we were going to get a fiancé visa, and then right when it was pretty much ready, she just had to go into the embassy. COVID closed the embassy. So then we had to figure out what we're going to do. I graduated UCI, my university.
UCI, what's
University California, Irvine. I studied chemistry and biology. So I came here as soon as I graduated, and we tried to get married, but that didn't work out for a couple years.
Why so?
Paperwork issues.
Okay. So now you're married. Now you decided to move. When did you move to?
I moved here in 2021.
Right in the heart of COVID.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But California was nice during that time because there was no one on the beach.
Yeah.
I loved it. I could go to the beach all day and have it all to myself. I remember they announced that COVID ended, supposedly, and then everyone came back to the beach.
Yeah, but then they started it back
Or
up.
low battery or something. Oh,
Okay, so you graduated from UC,
yeah.
and then you moved here during COVID in 2021.
Yep.
Okay. Now, did you go to university right away?
So I started medical university here in December 2021, whereas I graduated my previous university in June.
Now, what do you have a degree in?
Biochemistry and molecular biology.
Now, is that a BS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Originally, I was getting a chemistry degree, but taking all the biology courses, and then I thought, will I get a biology degree and a chemistry degree? And then I decided, no, I don't want to take physical chemistry. It's a very annoying chemistry to do if you don't need to do it. Anyone who's done it, I'm sure they would tell you the same, like, don't do it unless you need to.
Right.
It combines physics and calculus with chemistry. So I decided, no, I'll get one degree. So I just combined my classes and got biochemistry and molecular biology.
Right. So now you're in Minsk, Belarus. Are you getting your master's?
No, I'm getting a medical degree because if you don't have a medical degree, you can't legally treat people medically.
Okay. All right. And then.
Because I currently give people medical information, just no medical advice or treatment because that would be illegal.
So now you're in your third year. Second year.
No, I'm in my fifth year.
Fifth year.
It's my fourth year, but it counts as my fifth year because I'm managing to subtract 1 year.
Okay. All right. So then, when are you planning to graduate?
2 years from now.
2 years from now. So what, in 2026?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. And that degree, what's the name of that degree?
I don't know what exactly they will call it, but it's a medical degree.
Okay, medical degree. Okay, all right. So let's transition from education to girls. What do you
Number
think?
one, you have to have big biceps.
All right.
I'm just joking. I just wanted to show my biceps on camera.
He is a pretty strong guy. I'm a strong guy too, but he's a little bit stronger than me. He's also a lot younger.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's a lot older. I don't know if you know exactly how old he is, but I hope I'm in as good a shape when I'm your age.
So anyways, so what? Tell me about the women here in Belarus.
So, first I want to say, just because I'm around a lot of foreigners who are supposedly experts on girls here, yet they are single. So it's like, how good of an expert could you really be if you can't get any girls here?
So what's the best way of meeting a nice Belarusian girl?
Well, I was about to say what I think of the girls here, but I'll address that. The best way to meet a nice Belarusian girl here is to... Actually, I almost don't want to say it because then more guys will come here and do that and go populate the country, but... Yeah, I'll say it. You got to get outside of the center of Minsk, because if you're in the center of Minsk,
True.
it's where the worst, most stuck up, want to do all their makeup and their hair and go out and drink their cocktails and take their Instagram photo girls are.
So Karl Marx.
Karl Marx. That's like Satan City.
So what towns do you recommend outside of Minsk?
Anywhere, doesn't matter. I've been all over the place. I've gone up to all sorts. I shouldn't say some of the stories on camera, but it's like I go up. Everything's good. They like me, but you got to remember also, you should be a decent, normal guy. If you're a loser, it doesn't matter where in the world you go. So work on yourself, because the problem is not always the girls. It might be with you. I'm not trying to say that guys are always to blame, but there are a lot of guys who fail to look inwards instead of looking outwards. You have to have the right combination of looking for the right girls, but being the right person for those girls. Because you may find the right girls, and you can certainly find them here. This is the best place on earth to find them. But if you are a loser, why would they want you?
So from my experience, because I lived in Prague, I lived in Warsaw, you can simply just go up to a girl and start talking to her. And be genuine and nice, and they'll be genuine and nice back.
It's extremely simple. This is the best place on earth to find girls. As long as you're a normal guy who's not a loser.
Okay.
So you have to think, maybe you already came to the right place, but you need to be the right person. And that's not all. Just a lot of guys are going up to girls in like nightclubs and stuff, and it's super loud. You're trying to speak English to them, that's their second language. How are they going to understand you in a loud nightclub? Or if you're speaking Russian to them, how are they going to understand your Russian in a loud nightclub? I can speak Russian, and I can't even talk to them very good in a loud nightclub.
Okay.
I mean, I believe in the KFC approach. You go into KFC,
I gotta hear that.
you see some girl, you buy an ice cream or one of those things that has the jelly inside, like the apple. It's not apple here. It was apple in the U.S., but here it's got like, I don't know, strawberry. You know those hot things that burn your mouth. You buy one of those. You buy some ice cream. You go up to the girl and you just say, "Hey, you know, I really want to get to know you," or I don't want you to copy me, but like I'm like, "Oh, I just had to come up to you because you're so beautiful. I couldn't let you escape. Like, I had to capture the opportunity. Would you like this hot strawberry thing? I got it for you." You know, in the U.S. that might sound stupid.
A little bit.
But here you come up to a girl with an ice cream or a hot whatever it is. You're like, "You want?" And maybe she goes, "I'm on a diet." And you go, "It doesn't matter. You're in good enough shape. Here, it's yours."
So you gotta have some game. You gotta, make them laugh a little bit.
I've almost never been turned down here, except if I'm on like Karl Marx or somewhere, and then they're the kind that would go like. But I am married, so I'm just doing it for entertainment purposes.
So, let's see. Where can we transition from here? You were gonna say something else about the women?
Well, you first asked me about how the girls are here, and the girls are great here. I don't mean to over-focus on the guy aspect. It's just because a lot of guys that come here, they under-focus on it, so I'm trying to address it more. You need to work on yourself first. You need to be a desirable person. But the girls here, there's a lot of good girls, but there's also not so good girls. And you don't want to be the guy who only finds the not so good girls. Certain people attract certain other people. It's like, for example, someone that happens to always attract girls that try to kill him. Literally, I got a friend who his girls always try to kill him, like actually try to kill him. I had to explain to him, like, it's probably not the girls, it's probably something about you that you attract the girls.
Well, the energy that you put out there in the universe is the energy that you're going to get back.
And luckily, he didn't marry his newest girl. He knew her for like a month, and he was ready to marry her. And I'm like, no. You know, however long you think you need, let's multiply that by at least 2. You know, the last 2 tried to kill you. No, I like this guy. If he ever watches this video, it's just the funniest example that I could use for a video.
Yeah.
We're good friends. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So.
But the girls here, they're great. They're wholesome, but some are not good.
Well, we've come across 3 of those girls. You just don't want to go to nightclubs.
Yeah, and I should add in that most girls here, besides like the nightclub ones, I mean even the nightclub ones, because you don't know who they really are. You see them at a nightclub, you know, maybe in the center of Minsk it's different, but even the nightclub girls, most of them are going to be married by 22 years old, having babies by 24, 25.
So where should, if I was a foreigner coming into Minsk and I'm single, where should I go to meet a nice girl? Cafes? Library?
I mean, I already said KFC, that's where I would go.
KFC?
But it depends on your age, because if you're 40 years old, you know, you could still get a 20-year-old. It's not impossible, it's harder, but, you know, KFC tends to be where younger people go. But I would go to the cheaper places, because people make the mistake of going to more expensive places, but then you're going to find girls that care more about money.
Okay. All right. So, Okay, so we talked about the women or the girls. We talked about your education and how you got here. So do you plan on staying here in Belarus?
One part of me would say yes, but the reality is we cannot predict the future. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, let alone a year from now or 10 years from now. So I think it's ridiculous to say anything about the future. You know, especially nowadays. I mean, who could really think they can predict the future?
All right. So what are you going to do with your medical degree?
I don't know. I'm building a laboratory right now.
There we go. That's where I was going.
Yeah. Ed knows about it.
It's up to you to explain it if you want. Maybe you're not ready.
You don't get to know as much as Ed knows. But I'm gonna be making really cool stuff that I want for myself, stuff that maybe Ed wants. I don't know if Ed will get it, but it'll have some cool stuff. All the coolest, most advanced biotechnology, slowly but surely increasing in its scope. You gotta start small, but it will expand.
And where is this going to be located? In Minsk?
Minsk, Belarus.
When do you think this is going to happen?
Within 6 months.
Wow.
I mean, I'm ready right now. There's some thing holding me back.
Legality.
No, I already got all that covered.
Oh, you do? Okay. Funding.
Yeah, it's the funding. I don't have enough money. Yeah. Medical student isn't the most wealthy person.
Okay. All right. Well, unless you want to cover something else, I think that's about it.
If you're interested in health and fitness and medicine, but no medical advice, check out my YouTube, Androclone1, ANDROCLONE 1.
Okay. All right, Andrew. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
having
much.
me on.
Until next time, ciao.
So we were talking about girls, and I was talking about my experience and my knowledge. I want to say, because it's important, that I am completely loyal to my wife. I love her, completely loyal to her. I will never leave her. I don't believe in divorce. But I do. So first I'll touch on me going up to random girls at KFC. That's purely for the experience. That's not because I truly have an interest in them. And I do feel bad. I don't want to mislead them. So I do not lead them on very long. I don't do this very often. I have a lot of experience because I do have a wife. And I've been with her and her friends so many times. When I was 21 years old, I was hanging out with her and her friends, at their apartments, walking around, going to clubs. I have the inside scoop on things. Other guys look in from the outside. I'm actually sitting there on the inside. And that's what my life was like here for a very long time. When I wasn't just with my wife alone or with her family, we were with her friends. And, I remember a time one girl found out her boyfriend was cheating on her, and we threw a party to help her with her sadness. Like, that's not the kind of thing most guys have experience with. But I was there, jumping up and down, partying with them, Yeah, so I'm completely loyal to my wife, but I still have an incredible amount of knowledge on girls here and some first-hand experience despite not trying to go all the way with it.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for clearing that up. So
yeah, because I'm
all good, Katya.
I'm Catholic. I love my wife.
Good. All right. Thanks for clearing it up.